Hello, I'm teacher Amelia, and I'm here with the second installment of the Prop Report, where I talk about different props that I use in my ESL classroom online and talk about what works and what doesn't work. So today I wanted to talk about puppets. And let me be the first to say that not all puppets are created equally. And so today I wanted to share with you one of my favorite puppet sets that I actually use all the time. I ordered this one from Amazon.com. I'll make sure to include the link someplace here. And I'll also put it on my blog along with my full report. That's ameliavipkid.com. But this is a set of 6 puppets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's room for everybody. Come on in. So I absolutely love these puppets. And I'm going to talk to you about exactly why I like them. Okay, so I don't use puppets all the time in my class. I do teach level 1, which is pre-VIP kid. And so they're little kids, sometimes as young as 4. And so I do like to use them sometimes to break the ice and get a shy student to open up. But really, more often than not, I'll use puppets just as a prop to demonstrate something. And so this is going to be a little bit like a Miss America pageant. I'm going to have some runners up here. These do come as a set, so you buy them all and you have them all. And I'm going to talk about what I like about each one and what I maybe don't like as much. So the one I probably use the least is this little raccoon. And he's adorable. I like him. But number one, he's got a pretty small mouth. And it's, maybe I've got a fat hand, but it's a little bit difficult for me to move him around. The other reason that I don't use him very often is I don't think I've ever seen a raccoon in one of my VIP kid lessons. So it's not something I have a need for very often. I don't know, maybe they don't have raccoons in China? Let me know in the comments if you know. But he's cute. I just don't use him as often. It looks like he's dabbing. Yeah. So raccoon is number 6 on my list. Number 5, I use a little more often just because so many kids adore their teddy bears. He's a cutie. He also has a movable mouth, which is actually one of the reasons that I like this set. They're great when you're trying to get a student to open up and you're talking, or they love when they eat things or bite the teacher. This one has got a pretty small mouth as well, and my hand doesn't fit super well. But he also works great as a plushie. So you don't even have to use him as a puppet. You can just, hold up a little bear and, it works well. Number 4 on my list is the giraffe. And I just think he is stinking adorable. Now his mouth is a little bit bigger, which is nice. And it does help too when I use my right hand because I'm right-handed. So you can see that you get some really good movement of the mouth. There are some giraffes in several lessons, especially when you're talking about animals in the wild. I think that might be, maybe that's unit 3, maybe late level 2. And there's also some giraffes in the pre-VIP kid lessons as well. I don't remember which country, but I just think he is adorable. I actually have some 2D giraffes that go along with him nicely. So Mr. Giraffe is my 4th runner-up, and I use him pretty regularly. My 3rd runner-up is Mr. Lion. Rawr! And I love him for so many reasons. I love his mouth. I keep going back to that. But the mouth is actually a hard cardboard type of mouth. And so it makes it easier to move. There are lots of lions in VIP kid lessons. And one of my favorite things to do, and I need to trim his little mouth up there, but one of my favorite things to do is to have the lion bite. the student, and they scream, ah! And so that's a lot of fun. I also get a kick out of his mane because it's such a disaster. He's got a total crazy hair day going on. And so especially my little girls like it when I get his hair all wild and crazy and poofed up like that. So I use Mr. Lion quite a bit in class. My second runner-up, and boy, this one's tough. I don't even know for sure. They might be a tie, to tell you the truth, for very different reasons. But I'm going to say my second runner-up is Mr. Elephant. Now he is different. He is the only one in the set that does not have a movable mouth. And that's probably because he's got his trunk here. But I love him. My hand fits really well. It's very comfortable, and it's maybe even a little more loose. And so you can put your thumb and your pinky and the arms and really get some good movement with him. So you can wave hello. You can dance. You can also put your finger not in his nose, but sort of behind his trunk, and you can get some really good movement with him. There's lots of elephants in the lessons, and they can also be used to talk about big and small. There's so much fun when you're talking about noses and ears. Just he's so versatile, and so I use him all the time. So Mr. Elephant is probably tied for first place, or maybe a super close first runner-up. And that leaves us with the last puppet in the set, and that is Mr. Monkey. Yay! We're back to the movable mouth again. We all know that there's lots of rewards and lots of stories about monkeys. Most kids know monkeys, and for some reason there's a lot of bananas. Now my little teaching cart is actually over there, so my banana is out of arm's reach, but normally I have a banana because I use it so often. And so there's nothing quite like being able to say, oh, what do monkeys eat? Bananas! And have him eat the banana. My little sad little balloon is going to have to do now. But he's a lot of fun. I want to point out one other feature that really pertains to all of these puppets. They're a nice length. So if I'm using a finger puppet, then I've got to really kind of pay attention, or else it kind of ruins the effect and you can see my finger. But with Mr. Monkey, I don't have to be quite as careful. And the same is true with all of these, because they come down far enough on your wrist that, you know, it looks like you actually have a little animal here with you in the classroom. One of the other reasons I tend to use my monkey a lot is because I happen to have a little baby finger puppet that looks very, very similar. And I'll probably do a review of these finger puppets in an upcoming episode of the Prop Report. But it's handy to have these, and it's fun to be able to talk about scale and size. So you could have big and bigger, or small and smaller. You could even do members of the family with, you know, I don't know, dad, and I guess that would be baby. So it's pretty versatile when you have similar sorts of puppets in your arsenal, and you can use them in your lessons. So all in all, would I buy these again? Absolutely. Would I recommend using them in the classroom? Yes, I would. You may use some more than others. If you're not a puppet person, that's okay, because again, as I mentioned, these are substantial enough that you can use them just as little plushy toys, and you really can't tell the difference. They work really well as just stuffed animals if you want to just hold them up to the camera, but you do have the versatility of being able to use them as puppets, and being able to use them pretty comfortably. So I hope you found this helpful. If you've tried these puppets, or you have your own that you'd like to share, please let me know in the comments, because I'm always looking for new ideas. In the meantime, happy teaching. Bye.